Hey there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep, to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Thursday, we talk about consistency, and today's episode is all about breaking the pattern of a recurring argument. You know that one disagreement that just keeps coming back like an unsolicited email subscription you swore you unsubscribed from already. You thought you handled it last time, yet here it is again, popping up when you least expect it. Whether it's about money, the in-laws, or whose turn it is to unload the dishwasher, these recurring arguments can make you feel like you're trapped in an emotional Groundhog Day. But here's what I'm sure you already know. It's not actually about the dishes. Most of the time, we know these repeat fights aren't about the thing that you're fighting about at all. But that doesn't mean we know what's really at the root of them. Research suggests that nearly 90% of recurring conflicts in long-term relationships stem from unmet emotional needs, unresolved wounds, or fundamental differences in values, not the specific topic at hand. So while you and your partner may be debating whose turn it is to take out the trash, what you're actually arguing about is something much deeper, like feeling unappreciated, overwhelmed, or unheard. The trash is just the vehicle your emotions hitched a ride on. This is where it helps to know the difference between a surface argument and a core wound argument. A surface argument is about logistics. Who picks up the kids, where to go on vacation, whether pineapple belongs on pizza. These can usually be solved with a calendar invite, a compromise, or just a good sense of humor. But core wound arguments? Those are the ones that keep looping back because they tap into something deeper. An old emotional wound, a fear of not being valued, or a need that keeps going unmet. The trick is learning to recognize when an argument has gone from, "What's for dinner?" to, "Do you even care about my needs at all?" If you find yourself thinking, "Wow, that escalated fast," there's a good chance you've slipped into core wound territory. And once you're in it, logic goes out the window, replaced by emotional defenses that feel way bigger than the conversation itself. That's why the same fight can keep happening, because you're not actually fighting about the logistics. You're trying and failing to resolve that emotional gap that keeps getting reopened. So, how do we stop the endless loop? Enter a little strategy I like to call conflict mapping. Think of it like Google Maps, but instead of finding the fastest route to brunch, you're charting the emotional landscape of your relationship. Here's how it works. Step 1, start noticing your repeat fights. What's the topic that keeps circling back? Write it down, and then ask yourself, what's actually underneath this? Does this fight always start when one of you feels unseen or unheard? Unappreciated? Overwhelmed? Identifying the emotional undercurrent gives you a better shot at addressing the real issue instead of just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Step 2, anticipate the pattern. If you know that certain conversations tend to spiral, don't wait for the argument to explode like a badly timed firework. Instead, talk about it when you're both in a calm, connected space. You might say, "Hey, I've noticed we always get into it around money at the end of the month. Let's figure out a better way to approach this so it doesn't turn into a fight every time." Boom shakalaka, proactive conflict resolution instead of reactive miscommunication. Step 3, de-escalate in real time. When you feel an argument slipping into deja vu territory, pause. Literally, pause. Take a breath, and instead of launching into your well-rehearsed defense, try something new. Acknowledge what's happening. Okay, we've had this argument before. What are we actually upset about right now? Even a small shift in approach can disrupt the usual cycle and lead to a new outcome. And listen, just like we talked about earlier this week, this isn't about avoiding arguments altogether. Conflict is a part of a healthy relationship. But if you're having the same fight over and over, it's a sign that something deeper needs attention. When we take the time to recognize those patterns, map them out, and shift our approach, we can finally retire those never-ending arguments and start having new, more productive conversations. So, next time you find yourself mid-argument about the dishes, ask yourself, is this really about the dishes? Or is there something more important that's asking to be seen? Because once you start answering that question, you'll stop feeling like you're stuck in a rerun and start feeling like you're in the writer's room of your love story. Thank you for being here with me today. Join me tomorrow as we disarm the trap of waiting for our partner to change so then we can have the experience we want in our relationship. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share the love by sending it to someone you know it would support, and by leaving reviews and comments. It would mean the world to me to hear from you and to support those you care about. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day, and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.